Forget the sanitized, primary color morality of the superhero pantheon. The world of 2005's Constantine is a realm of spiritual grime, a place where salvation is a currency and the bureaucracy of heaven and hell is as rigid and uncaring as any mortal institution. This is not a film about righteousness, it is a film about rules. Directed by Francis Lawrence, this adaptation of the Hellblazer comics does not offer us a hero. It gives us a spiritual exterminator, a man coughing his way to damnation, engaged in a desperate, selfish barter for his own soul. At the dark heart of this urban decay is Keanu Reeves, portraying the titular John Constantine. This casting remains a flashpoint for comic purists. Gone is the blonde, British, trench-coated con artist of the source material. In his place is an American, black-haired, chain-smoking exorcist, a man defined by a profound and weary exhaustion. This Constantine is not a rogue, he is a technician. He is a man who was damned the moment he committed suicide as a teenager, a fate sealed by the Catholic dogma his life is ironically steeped in. His gift, the ability to see the half-breeds, the angelic and demonic soldiers waging a proxy war for souls on earth, is a curse that drove him to despair. Now, resurrected against his will, he stalks the perpetual reign of Los Angeles, deporting demonic foot soldiers back to the pit, not out of altruism, but as a form of celestial community service. He is trying to buy his way into a heaven that has already slammed its golden doors on him. The film's plot ignites in the classic style of a hard-boiled noir. The dame walks in. Detective Angela Dodson, played by Rachel Weisz with a sharp, skeptical edge that slowly cracks under supernatural pressure, refuses to believe her identical twin sister, Isabel, committed suicide. Isabel, a devout Catholic, would never have taken her own life, yet she plunged from the roof of a psychiatric hospital. Dodson's investigation leads her to Constantine, the only man whose name is whispered in the shadowed corners where faith and madness meet. Weisz's dual performance as the hardened Angela and the tormented Isabel is the film's human anchor. Angela is the rational mind forced to accept an irrational reality, and her baptism into Constantine's world, being submerged in a bathtub of water, a grim portal to the other side, is a terrifying descent. Constantine excels not in its action, though it is stylish, but in its intricate and cynical world building. This is a universe governed by a fragile balance between God and Lucifer. Direct intervention is forbidden. The war for humanity is a game of influence, waged by these half-breed entities. The film's aesthetic is its greatest triumph. This is a vision of LA as a modern purgatory, perpetually damp, where the light is always sickly yellow. The theology is tangible. Hell is not just a concept, it is a physical, parallel dimension, a scorched orange, wind-blasted echo of Los Angeles, populated by scavengers and the damned. The tools of the trade are not just faith, but occult hardware. Holy water from the Jordan, screech beetles in a matchbox, and, most iconically, a holy shotgun crafted from crucifixes and firing consecrated gold slugs. This is a world where neutrality is a business, perfectly embodied by Djimon Hounsou's Papa Midnight, a former witch doctor who runs a nightclub that serves as neutral ground for both sides, upholding the balance with lethal force. The true genius of the film, however, is realized in its celestial supporting cast. Tilda Swinton delivers an unforgettable performance as the Archangel Gabriel. This is not a benevolent messenger of divine love. Swinton's Gabriel is androgynous, arrogant, and filled with a cold, terrifying envy. Gabriel looks upon humanity, flawed, sinful, yet easily granted God's unconditional love, with absolute contempt. Why should mortals receive this grace so freely, when angels must earn it through millennia of perfect obedience? Gabriel's motive is a form of theological fascism, to unleash hell on earth, believing that only through true fire and suffering can humanity find its nobility and deserve God's love. And then, there is the devil. When Lucifer Morningstar finally arrives, he does not come in fire and brimstone. He descends in a pristine, immaculate white suit, his bare feet dripping viscous black tar that sizzles on the holy ground. Played with a capricious, terrifying, and almost bored glee by Peter Stormare, this is perhaps the most memorable portrayal of Satan in modern cinema. He is not a monstrous king. He is a chaotic, unsettling entity who personally comes to collect John's soul. A soul, he gleefully notes, that is the only one he would ever come all the way up for. Stormare's brief screen time is a masterclass in menace, capturing the petulant, possessive, and utterly alien nature of pure evil. The film's climax is a brilliant exercise in theological chess. Constantine, dying from lung cancer and mortally wounded by Gabriel, is cornered. The son of the devil, Mammon, is attempting to breach the earthly plane using Angela's body as a host, aided by Gabriel and the Spear of Destiny. John has no holy water left, no shotgun shells. His faith is, as ever, a shaky shield. So, he uses the only weapon he has left, his own damned soul. He slits his wrists. This second suicide forces Lucifer's hand. The devil cannot allow his most prized recruit to be stolen by his upstart son's plot, nor can he abide Gabriel upsetting the balance. Lucifer appears, stops time, and confronts Gabriel, effortlessly burning the archangel's wings away and rendering the celestial being mortal. But the final twist is the film's true theological punchline. As Lucifer prepares to drag the dying Constantine to hell, the act is frozen. John's sacrifice, giving his own life, to save Angela and ensure Isabel's soul went to heaven, is recognized by the powers that be as a true, selfless, heroic act. He is granted the one thing he always wanted but never truly earned: entry into heaven. A golden light descends. Lucifer, utterly enraged at being outmaneuvered by God, cannot let this stand. In a final, spiteful move, he refuses to let John ascend. He plunges his hands into Constantine's chest and violently rips out the decades of cancerous tar, granting him life. "You'll live, John Constantine," he seethes. "You'll have your time. To prove you truly belong in hell." It is the perfect, cynical conclusion. John is denied his martyrdom, cured of his cancer, and thrown back onto the chessboard. The war continues. The film ends not with a victory, but with a stalemate, as Constantine, now chewing nicotine gum, gives a final, defiant gesture to the heavens, a man trapped between worlds, too cynical for heaven, and far too stubborn for hell.